John here, back with another video, and yeah, I have returned, and it's been a few months, but it's good to be back. And this is a paid request video from Mark B. Long overdue, and I'm sorry, Mark B, that this took a little bit longer than it should have, but uh, here I am, and today we're going to talk about and review the journey of Natty Gann, 1985 adventure drama. And the plot here, real quick. So you have Natty Gann, our main character. She's a 12-year-old Depression era girl. Her father leaves her behind in Chicago while he goes to another state to look for work. Natty runs away from her guardian that she was left with, and along the way, in the journey to find her father, she befriends a wolf. And so, Natty and the wolf, they're on this journey to find her father, and they go through a lot of adventures and misadventures, and that's pretty much the plot here to the movie. The film is directed by Jeremy Kagan. Now, Jeremy Kagan, looking at his filmography, he had worked on a lot of TV movies. More notable projects, he worked on The Big Fix with Richard Dreyfuss. He directed that. He directed The Sting 2, which is a sequel to The Sting. He also directed this film that looked interesting called By the Sword, which is a fencing sports film that came out in 1991 starring Eric Roberts. And I thought that sounded interesting. I'm going to have to find that one. But Jeremy Kagan, his direction here is decent. Um, I will be honest, throughout the movie, you could definitely tell that there's some kind of, while the direction isn't bad, you could tell that it has sort of a TV movie quality to it. But again, it's not bad at all. The script was written by Jeanne Rosenberg, and she would actually go on to kind of work on, these type of movies later that, deals with animals. I believe she worked on White Fang and The Black Stallion. The score is by James Horner. It's a good score here. Yeah, so let's move on to the cast here. Here, you have the main character Natty Gann, who is played by Meredith Salinger. Uh, and I thought I recognized her because later on she would play in Lake Placid. She was one of the deputies. In real life, she's married to Patton Oswalt, and I thought she was okay here in the film. Uh, not the greatest child actor, but I thought she did okay as the lead. Uh, you have John Cusack in the film, who's a young traveler that she meets along the way. And around this time, John Cusack had worked on Stand By Me, Better Off Dead. Good actor. I would. I wish he had a little bit more to do in the film. That's the thing. Like John Cusack, he's in it for maybe 2 scenes or 3 scenes. He's not in it too much. He's good, but he's underutilized. Uh, Ray Weiss as the father of Natty Gann, good actor. Uh, I remember he was one of the villains in RoboCop. Turn it down a little bit. But yeah, he was, again, a recognizable actor. You have the guardian in the film that in the beginning, Natty Gann is with this landlord character that she stays with for a little bit, and then she leaves to go find her father. The landlord is played by Lainie Kazan, and if you've seen her, like, if you see her, you recognize her because she would go on to be in my Big Fat Greek Wedding and a lot of other projects. I believe she was in the Delta Force too, but another recognizable actress. So again, the cast is good. Um, Again, the main character, the performance by Meredith Salinger, I believe. Again, she's okay in the film, and John Cusack's good, but maybe the film could have used more of his character. But overall, the cast is good here. Getting to the pros of the film, I talked about the cast, and again, I like the cast. The use of locations, the Canadian landscapes throughout the movie, the geography. There's a lot of beautiful scenery, that you see throughout the movie, and the story. I like the story of the film. A nice, simple story of this main character experiencing ups and downs, throughout her journey. Um, I mean, pacing. If there's a slight negative, I think the pacing, it could have been worked on a little bit, or again, more John Cusack. I could have had more of his character. Uh, and while the lead, the actress in the film, she does fine, but part of me wonders, could they have gotten another actress for the role? But she's not terrible. Again, just I thought she did fine, just fine. And for me, at the end of the day, I thought it was a decent movie, a decent family film that has a good story, and it's harmless. It's so I didn't mind it. I'm not going to sit here and say that I love the movie. Um, though when I was watching it, I have to admit that something was familiar about the film, like maybe I had watched this before, like back in school, because I'm watching it and I'm like, this movie just kind of has a familiar, like maybe I've seen this before, and I couldn't help but think that maybe I saw this back in school, um, a long time ago or something. But yeah, so again, I didn't mind it. Out of 10 for me, I'm gonna give this, for me, I would give it a 6. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Again, it's a decent, movie. Um, but that's kind of it. I don't know what else to say. But thank you, Mark B, for the paid request, and thank you for bearing with me. And again, apologies for being late, but I hope you like this review. But thank you for watching, and have a good day.